All right, hello, and welcome to Obsidious AI. In this series, we're going to be covering building a info product business and taking it from absolutely nothing to actually making our first sale with it. So we're going to be picking a niche, researching that niche, creating the product around it, building the website, building the ads, launching the ads, and actually making the first sale. So I've already decided what I want to build this around. It's going to be on chess, about chess. If you don't know, it's just a hobby that I have. So we're going to be creating a product for people that like to play chess. And the name of the product is actually going to be how to, how to go from 500 ELO, which is just your chess rating. If you don't know anything about chess, that's just basically how good you are at chess. It's a level, if you will. 500 ELO to 1000 ELO in 90 days, even if you are stupid. Take it from me, who is both stupid and 1250 ELO, which you can actually see right here. My rapid rating is 1250. So we're going to be building a product around that. So the first thing to do is just go to ChatGPT and just start a chat. Now, everything that you do, you're going to use ChatGPT for just about everything. But this is the first step. Just go here. Now, when you're actually trying to figure out what you're going to sell, what product you're going to build around, this should be something that you have experience in and that you're good at. You have like extensive knowledge on. This could be anything from a hobby to a skill. This could be, anything you're passionate about. This could be gardening, how to, make the perfect tomato plant or whatever. This could be cooking. This could be recipes. This could be meal prep. This could be fitness. This could be making money online. This could be literally anything you could build this around. So I'm just picking this as an example. And in this series, we're going to be building out this product and actually selling it. So we're taking it from an idea to literally money. So the first thing we're going to do is just type, once you have figured this out, whatever you're going to sell, what niche you're going to sell, send this over to ChatGPT and say, I am going to build a info business around this. Lock in that title. That is what we will call our product, which is going to be an ebook / PDF guide that we will sell. All right, so now the next thing to do is, now that we've actually picked the niche, is we have to do some research. So typically this research would be done, actually it looks like it's doing the research for us already, which is basically, let me just read this to you. So how to go from 500 ELO in 90 days, even if you think you're bad, so here's some marketing examples or titles that we could call it. Now the core idea is actually strong. Here's how to turn this into a real product instead of just an idea. First, you need a clear promise. The outcome is 1000 ELO. Time frame is 90 days. Audience, 300 to 600 ELO players. Now here's what we need to do. Your 90-day plan. Okay, so this is kind of laying out what the product could have in it. But we need to actually see what these people are struggling with. So, and this is where our research comes in. So we're going to say, now we need to do some in-depth market research. Please go to Reddit, Quora, and other online forums find what these people are saying, what they like about other learning materials, and what they don't like, what their pain points are, and what their dream outcomes are. Okay. Return to me a in-depth market research doc that we can refer to going forward. Okay. So you might want to change this to thinking or even pro. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is head over to GoHighLevel. So this is actually, you know what, we'll wait on that. Let's just wait on this and wait until this comes back with our research here. And then, okay, so market research, 500 chess product. Okay, so here's our title. There's real demand here. The beginner chess market is full of people who are watching videos, doing puzzles, analyzing games. It's just like, okay, so this is very important. So for example, you want to pick something that's pretty niche, that speaks to a very specific audience instead of something that is super broad. So for example, this, right? How to go from 500 to 1,000 ELO in 90 days. This targets a very specific type of person. If you're, what's the saying? If you speak to everyone, no one listens, or if you speak to everyone, no one will hear you, or something like that. In other words, you need to figure out exactly who you want to sell to. And so for something like, let's say, fitness, for example, you wouldn't want to say, you know, how to get in shape, right? That's way too broad and it speaks to no one and no one actually listens. But what you could do is say how to lose, how to lose 10 pounds as a, 60-year-old obese woman, right? That speaks to a very specific target audience. And so when that avatar, when that person that you're speaking to comes across that, they're going to be like, wow, this is exactly for me, right? If that makes sense. So just very important. Now, you don't want to niche down too far. You want to make sure that there's actually an audience for it. So for example, if you say, what's something that's like way too niche? So if you were to say how to grow St. Augustine grass in, New Jersey, for example, that's pretty niche, right? That's going to be way too niche, and almost no one will actually care about that, to be honest. But anyway, so now our target customer, adult, beginner, casual online chess player, around 300 to 700 ELO on chess.com, which is the chess platform we'll be playing on. Started after YouTube, Twitch, okay. All right, I consume content but don't improve. So these are their pain points, and we're going to want to reference back to this. I don't know what I still suck at. Puzzles don't transfer to games. Openings confuse me. I feel stupid and embarrassed. Okay, so now, so this is our research doc, so we're going to want to save it. And the best way to do this is to just build everything in this chat. So just going forward, you're just going to use this chat so that your GPT or Claude, whatever you're using, has context. So now we need to turn this into a actual product. Tell you what, we actually have somewhere I have a, give me just a second, because somewhere I have a, okay, let's see. Let's actually go to Skool here. So this is a Skool group that I created for this. I'll put a link down below to it so you can actually join the school group if you're interested in that. And in here somewhere I have, here we go. Okay, master author prompt. So we're going to use this prompt here, which is one that I created. And we're going to fill out all of this information. So we're just going to copy it. And we're going to paste it over here. So let's just get rid of that. You know what? We actually need to, let's make a copy of this so I don't mess it up for everyone. Okay, so just create a copy. Now, our niche is chess. And our target audience is this right. Where's our target audience? It's here somewhere. I think it's all the way at the top. Here we go. Target customer, primary buyer. Here we go. So we're just going to copy all of this and we're going to put it here. Okay. Niche chess. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Although we got to fill out. So this is basically going to, this is going to do a few things. It's going to lay out your entire business. So, yeah, just stress. I'll put, like I said, I'll put a link to the school group. You can join the school group for free. And this will be in there. So we're just going to copy all of this. After you have filled this in, just grab all of this here. And we are going to copy and replace this and send it and wait for this to get back with us here. All right, so stage one, and we're still in the research stage, by the way. Top 10 puzzles. Okay, and now when it's spitting this out, I have another prompt that I created, which is a product generator prompt. Now, how to use this prompt? Paste the entire prompt into Claude or ChatGPT. Upload your product development blueprint, which is what this is spitting out right now. So I'm just going to grab all of this. Let's actually go through here. Let me make another copy of this so I don't mess it up for anyone. Okay. Okay, so target length. I'm going to change this because this is just pretty lengthy. We don't need that much. We're going to just do a, say 5,000. Let's do 7,500 words, not 7.5 million. That would take years. Okay, so 7,500 to 10,000 words would be pretty good for one of this length. Now, specifically, we are going to, okay. So it's going to be this here. So here's our entire, here's what we got back from this prompt here. I do puzzles. These are a lot of the objections we heard earlier. I watch tons of YouTube. I lose in openings and don't know why. These are a lot of pain points, so I don't understand my mistakes. I feel stupid playing chess. I tilt and lose multiple games in a row. Same here, by the way. I don't have a system or routine. I've been stuck for months or years. So top 3 opportunities. I don't know what to focus on or improve. I don't have a system or a routine. I don't understand my mistakes. So, and this is just from my experience. And again, the more you know about the topic you're teaching, the better off you'll be. And sorry about that. Really, just the easier everything is going to be. So, okay, so the product we are going to create, I want to pick 2 openings and stick to those. For white, it will be the Scotch. For black, it will be the Caro Kann. Just a grasp of the basics. This isn't the most important at this stage. We need to emphasize that and focus mainly on just not hanging pieces, which is why most people at this level stay stuck, because they just hang pieces, right? That's really what it is about at this stage, more than openings or patterns, etc. Now, we're also going to copy over our prompt here. And let's paste this in. And this should, if it takes us, put this on Pro actually. Not Pro, sorry, thinking. Okay. And just see what it gives us back. Hopefully it will give us what we're looking for here. Okay, let's see. Anti-blunder system. Great. Now, create the product. Please use actual. No, we don't want to do that. So let's say, let's see here. I thought I gave it this prompt. Did it just totally ignore it? Okay, so let's paste this again, because it looks like it didn't take. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Here we go. Now, when that's working, I'm going to actually go over to Claude. So Claude is another AI tool that I really like, and it is, I prefer it over ChatGPT just because it's more advanced in my opinion. But let's go here, and we're going to copy, and when it gets done with this, we're going to copy this, and I am creating an info product, and I need you to create the actual deliverable. It will be a ebook about chess. I will send you the contents that I want in it, and I need you to return to me the entire PDF with designs to keep things entertaining, light, and fun. Cool. So we're just going to rely heavily. And by the way, I know it looks like I'm using a lot of AI here, which I totally am. Typically, I would write out the entire thing myself, but since I know most people aren't going to do that, I'm just going to show how to basically do it the fastest and easiest way possible and actually still be able to turn around and sell it, right? So let me send that. Okay, so let's wait until this populates here. Let's see, this one's still working. So this is ChatGPT. Let's see if it's done here. Okay, so it's still working. Oh my gosh, it actually just blundered here. Okay, well, let's copy that. Modern clean. So here, with classic chess, I like this one. You will see. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's go back to our niche, which is here. Please reduce length. Okay, let's go back to our target audience, which is up here. Yeah, target customer. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to put this in here. Excuse me. Okay. So we're going to want 5,200 at least. So I'll send it. We'll see. Okay. So here is the issue. I have most of the contents already written, but I didn't finish it out. Please finish it out for me. Okay, and let's send that. All right, now we're going to come down here and take all this research that GPT done. Use upload project. Okay. And let's see, is that? Okay, not that. All right, let's. Now we're just going to take all of this and copy it over to Claude. Okay, cool. And okay, 68 pages with design treatment. Let me confirm the scope. Add rook chessboard diagrams to the examples. Okay, that would be cool. Leave as for the footer and cover. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll use Obsidious. Okay. Now, when that's working, so this is going to spit out a lot of the actual PDF itself, and you can see here's what's actually going on under the hood. But this is still working, so while that's working, we need to actually get a cover because Claude, as great as it is, for some reason, they don't do image creation. So create, great. Now, please generate a ebook cover for this. All right. And let's just give this a minute here. So again, we're actually cruising along here. I don't know how long we've been going now, but we are definitely getting there. Okay. I generate looking at some content. Okay, so this is creating the entire ebook here. And honestly, we just wait for a minute. So this is trying to create our ebook cover. This doesn't have to be on thinking. This can be on instant. Okay. And now, yeah, we just sit back and wait. So the next step. So after both of these are done, after this gets done with the actual product here, and this gets done with the cover, which it did. Look at that. Would you look at that? That is quite gorgeous. Change the, but tell you what, let's say change the author. W. There we go. Wait, you got to put a period there. Okay, so there's just initials. There's just a small change, but honestly, this is very, very good and will work beautifully for an ebook cover. Now, in the meantime, I'm actually going to open up Canva. So let me go over here to Canva, which, by the way, there's another screen to my right. That you can't see. Just bear with me just a moment. Okay, so let me move Canva over here. Excuse me. Okay, that's actually the wrong one. Let me see. Let's see. Resize this to ebook ratio. Just a minute, bear with me. Bear with me here. Okay, here we go. All right, so custom size is going to be 8 by 5 by 11. I think it's going to be this one. I'm pretty sure this is the ebook size here. So now, here we go. So here is our mapping pieces. Okay, so what's the difference in these two? By the way, this is, ooh. Oh wow, this looks really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. It's super, super nice. Let's build, oh gee, which one do I use? It's just mainly it's the horse. That's different. We will choose, gee, let's choose this one. It's more handsomer. All right, download image. And now we're going to drop that into Canva. So let's drop that here. Okay, is that the right size? That's not the right size. Okay, hold on. Let's see what image ratio is that? Aspect ratio. On screen. Okay, hold on. All right, so what aspect ratio is this? And it's going to tell us the size so that we can change that size in Canva. Okay, 2 by 3. Okay, 10. Okay, here, this is what we're looking for. 10 by 24 or 1024 by 1536. So let's resize this design. Custom size. No, not custom size. Custom size right here. By what was it? 1536. Yeah, 1536 by 1536. I'm going to change this to pixels. What? Oh, wait. This is so not right. 1024. Got it. There we go. What is going on here? 1536. There we go. All right. Now, resize this design. So this should now give us the correct size for this. I can select it, drop it here in the center. Perfect. All right, now let's go back to Claude and see where Claude is at. Okay, so Claude is still working. Chapter opener. You know what we should actually do is send this to Claude. Just stop its output for a second. Here is the cover and aesthetic I am going for. Keep it consistent. Please continue. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why Claude they can't create images. I mean, I'm sure they could. I just don't know why they don't. It's so much more advanced with things like PDF creation and copywriting and honestly everything. But ChatGPT just really crushes it with the images. I mean, look at that. That is quite marvelous, if I do say so myself. Oh, you know, I just noticed a gold top there too. All right, so this PDF just got done being built here. It took Claude quite a while, but it finally came through, and this is what we got. So we have the entire cover here, just like we wanted. Legal and disclaimer, contents, table of contents here, how to stop hanging pieces, how to see what your opponent is threatening, the only tactics you need before 1,000, your 2 default openings, the 5-minute game review, 90-day training plan, and putting it all together, what comes next, and a bonus section. So let's just scroll through and see what we got here. You can see it's got it even done the designs, everything. I mean, it's just so perfectly done. If you have the right prompts, which again, the prompts that I used, I will put them in they'll be in the Skool group actually, and there's a link to join the Skool group for free down in the description, so you can join that and you'll have access to all these prompts. But with the correct prompts, you can literally create a product like this that you can now go sell for money. And look, it's even got the diagrams here, the pin knight. You're the white pieces. Your opponent just played bishop g4, pinning your knight to your queen. This typically would have taken weeks to build this, you know, because you used to have to make everything in Canva. As someone who knows, a lot about chess, this is absolutely worth paying money for, especially to the person. So now what we're going to do is we're going to download it, and the next thing to do is actually to here inside of GoHighLevel, which is what I was showing you earlier. Here inside of GoHighLevel, you're going to go down to the media storage tab. Okay, again, GoHighLevel is basically like, you've probably heard of Shopify or ClickFunnels or something like that. It's basically just a platform where you build out your sales page, your website, you host your product. People can actually, this is the platform that's basically going to take it from product to actually making it so people can pay you money for it. So the next thing to do, once you've downloaded that, just grab that PDF, drag it here to your media storage, and there you go. Now, what you're going to do, you see, if you copy this link here, then you just open up a blank tab, just paste in that URL. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to send this URL to people as your deliverable. So once people pay, then you send them this link, which is just generated here, and you just hit enter. And this is it. Here's your entire ebook. It is 112 pages, and it is wonderfully, wonderfully done. It has diagrams. It has the openings, your 2 default openings. It has pictures. It's like we created this in like an hour, right? It's just, I'm very, very impressed by how well this came out, especially on the first try. Sometimes you have to go back and edit things and put it into Canva, which is what I was planning to do, but I don't even need to do that. Like, it literally done everything. And this is just to show you what can be done when you know how to use AI and you have the correct prompts, which again, the prompts are in the Skool group. In the next hour or so, we're going to build out more in this one sitting than most skilled funnel builders typically deliver in 2 weeks to a month. We're going to be using 3 main tools. We're going to be using Claude for copy and coding, ChatGPT for image creation, and GoHighLevel to host everything on. So we're going to be building the sales page, the checkout page, thank you page, and if we have time, we'll build out some upsells as well. So buckle up, pull up your laptop if you're following along, and let's get into it. So heading straight over to sites, I just create a new funnel, and you can name this whatever. So I actually already did one. Just name it. I named it Chess Front Funnel because we're going to be building out for this chess ebook in particular. Now just hit add or create new step. This one will just be sales page, and just hit create funnel step. Next, let's go over to just actually create from blank. Now let's go over to Claude. So what I did is I created a project inside of Claude. I created a project, and everything that we're going to be doing is going to be done inside this project. Basically, what a project is in Claude is it keeps everything pertaining to, like in this case, this ebook is going to keep everything contained inside of this project, all the chats, all the files, and everything. So it always has full context of what we're working on. So let's just say we are getting ready to build out the funnel for our chess ebook. Before we do so, however, we need a brand board that fits our ebook style. Give me some ideas. All right, so
What a brand board is going to be basically the typography or the font and the colors and everything, and just the overall design. So while that's working, let's go back over here, and we're just going to add in, let's add in a column, and then we're going to add in what's going to be called HTML or code right here. All right, so let's add that in, and then let's strip all of the padding and the margin from around here. So over here in styles, you just select this element. Here on the top, you'll see padding. Let's get rid of that and get rid of this. And again, this video, if it seems like it's kind of all over the place, if it's kind of unstructured or whatever, it's kind of meant to be that way. This series is just me going through building out a entire info business the way I typically would, and just letting you watch over my shoulder. Hopefully this is valuable. Hopefully you get something from it. Let's just reduce this, take that away. Cool. All right, let's go back and see what Claude has to say. So, old word, prestigious, modern, and sleek. Okay, well, let's actually go to our match the ebook you created. It is in the last chat in this project. Check the artifacts. All righty, cool. Book will tell you. Okay, you basically just needed to get it to go back and look at info is in the last chat. So it needs to go back and get the context for this specific book. Found it. Actual ebook artifact. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can pull up this thing here. Okay. All right. Black and blue, black, yellow aesthetic. Okay, so now it's building out a kind of a brand board. Let me actually download this. So you probably can't see, but I have another screen to my right. So let me just drag and drop this in here. So this is our book here. Stop hanging your pieces. Okay, so this is the ebook. I'll actually scroll through here and take a look. Okay, let me actually pull the second chat up here. Okay, so let's just go through. We're going to want to match our ebook kind of style pretty good. So we have this yellow, we have this black, obviously white, and this looks like maybe just a standard serif font. Okay, same blue as back yellow. Okay, so we actually don't need it. It looks like it got the context of that pretty good. So here's our brand board. This is going to be kind of the colors and the fonts and whatnot that we're going to be going for. Let's see. Let's add this, download it to the file. Actually, let's see. Great. Put that in an artifact so I can add it to the project. All right, cool. Now, next we need some, what are they called? Mockups. We need some mockups for our product. All right, and so a mockup, if you don't know, it's kind of like, so for a physical product, you can take pictures of the physical product and you can post it. For a digital product, you can't really do that. So you've probably seen stuff that looks like this. I didn't mean to do that. You've probably seen stuff that looks like this. Like this is a digital product, but it's just kind of packaged up in a product style, if that makes sense. So we're just going to take a few of these. Okay, here's one. Let's just grab a few of these and send them over to Mr. Cloud. And so it has some examples. Here's another one. This one looks good. Copy image. Okay. All right, now, so an artifact is basically this thing here, and it'll pop up out of the side. And the reason I asked it to do that is so that I can add it to the project. So again, this is the project that we built, and this is, once we add it to the project, it's gonna make so going forwards, anything that it codes for us will fit this, this brand board. So we can just close this for now. Here are some example mockups that I think are good, but we need them to match our product and brand board. So let's just see. Typically, ChatGPT is a lot better at creating images. Let's see. Let's give it just a second. All right. So this ebook, so what deliverables actually exist in the product? It is an ebook, but also has checklists, worksheets, and whatnot in there. Make it look more than it is. Visual stack only. Okay, let's just go for a visual stack. Give me 2 or 3 options to pick from. So sales page hero section. All right. So let's see what this comes up with. Now, what we're also going to have to do for context is, can we download this? Yeah, download the file. Now let's go over to ChatGPT. Let's drag this brand board in. Again, this brand board is going to keep everything on brand as far as colors and whatnot. Here is my brand board. I will be giving you some tasks shortly. Stand by. Cool. All right, let's go back over here. All right, so what this is doing is basically pulling up some mockups for us so we can pick from them. This, we don't really need this anymore. We can get rid of that. And we don't need this anymore. So now while this is working, let's go over here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have Claude code this for us, and then we're going to put it in this HTML file here. So for now, let's just hit save. And let's go back and let's clone this funnel step. We're going to need, so we're going to need a sales page, a checkout form, and a thank you page. So let's clone it one more time. And typically I would have, I would have a sales page, a checkout page, and an upsell page, and then a downsell page, and then a second upsell. So I don't know if we're gonna have time to do all that today, but we'll at least make so we can make money, right? We'll at least get this thing live. So let's just change this to checkout form. Change this to order. All right, update page. And again, if I'm going too fast, or if you're trying to follow along here and I'm going too fast, just feel free to slow it down and rewind it, or however you want to do it. But this is going to be our thank you page. I'm trying to pack as much value in here as fast as I can. All right, let's copy that actually. All right, let's zoom in just a bit. All right, now let's see where Claude is. So Claude is still working over here. So while this is working, let's actually go, we're going to have to buy a domain to actually host this on. So go over here to settings, scroll down to domains and URL redirects, and just go to purchase domain. So now we need to figure out a domain name. So this could be whatever your brand name is. We'll do, geez, what's a good thing for a chess book? So, you know what? We're going to do obschess.com. OBS for Obsidious, just because it's my current brand name. So let's give this a go. Sweet, okay. obschess.com is available, so let's go ahead and buy that. Agree to terms and conditions and pay. Give this just a minute. All right, so now that's working. Let's see if Claude, so Claude is still working here. Let's see where it is. So beautiful, hero stack. Okay, so it's still working. Okay, so here's one. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love that one. Yeah, I don't love that one either. Okay, yeah, let's just stop Mr. Claude, what he's doing. So, all right, I'm going to use GPT for the image creation. Give me 3 prompts for GPT to give me a few options to work with. All right, so yeah, so this is what we're using ChatGPT for, to actually create images. So Claude it's excellent for coding. It's much more advanced for a lot of tools that we use, but for some reason, I don't know why their image creation is not great. So just paste that in, and let's duplicate this tab. Let's grab the second prompt, and let's open a new chat. Let's paste that prompt in, duplicate it one more time. And again, this is just to speed up the whole process. Prompt 3, let's copy this one and put that in there. All right, so this is going to create our mock-ups. Hopefully this is a little more than what we got from Mr. Claude. Hopefully we can actually work with this here. Excuse me. Let's see. Modern tablet. Okay. So that's much better. Okay, let's see. It's the second one, what this one looks like. Yeah. Okay, that's good, but okay, let's do this. Let's say I would like a desktop in the background, laptop, a tablet, and a phone. Add a golden glow around each and add in some more chess pieces. Okay, so again, this image is going to be used for to actually sell our product and to kind of represent it. So it needs to look very, very good. This is going to be what catches people's eye. Okay. So while we're waiting on ChatGPT to work on this, I'm gonna actually let's take it one thing at a time. I want to make so people can actually follow along with this. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Let's give the same prompt to here and the same prompt. Did we see this one yet? Okay, this one actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, but let's add in some more. All right, let's give this just a minute to finish creating these images, and we'll see what we come up with. All right, so, okay. Much, much, much better. I actually like that. I actually like that a lot. That might be the one, but let's see what these two come up with. Okay. Okay, so this one, nice, nice. Super nice. Okay. Let's see. What do we use? Too good. These are too good. Okay. Okay. I like this one. I like this one better. Okay, so we're not going to use this one. We're not going to use this one. We're going to use either this one or whatever this created. 90-day checklist. Let's do this one. I like this one. All right, so what we're going to do is download that. Now, if you're using ChatGPT images on a website, keep in mind ChatGPT's images are the files are pretty big. And what that's going to do is, let's go to Squish. So just go to squish.app. What this is going to do is basically make your image a lot lighter, if that makes sense. So like if you have a large image or like a large file on your website and somebody tries to load your website, it's going to take your website a lot. It's going to slow your website down, basically. So just go to squish.app, drag and drop that image in here, and then just hit download. So you can see it took 91. It's going to make the image look like basically the exact same. If you look super close, you can see it makes it a tiny bit more blurry, but it basically just reduces the file size by 90 plus percent typically. So just download that. Now let's go in here. Let's go back to sites. Let's go here. And now we have to add in this image here. Excuse me. All right. So just add in this image here. Bear with me. Okay, so now that that's opened up, all right, let's add in an image, and you'll see what I'm going to do here in a second. Just drag and drop this in, and this will pull up the image element. Click on this, go over here to the little image icon, and okay, now drag and drop this in here. What this is going to do is basically going to host this image inside of your GoHighLevel platform. It's going to give you a URL. So you're going to copy this, and now what happens when you take this URL and you just paste it in here? It's going to pull up this image. So what this is going to allow you to do is go to Mr. Cloud and give it that URL. Here is our hero image mockup. I need you to produce my hero HTML for the sales page. Context. I am going to have you code the entire website, but in chunks. So instead of one pass, it will be 3 code chunks. The purpose for this is so that I can embed GoHighLevel's native CTA buttons. Okay. All right. And now we can go back to here and we can actually get rid of this. We just needed to do that to upload the image. You can also go to media storage back and out, but we're just going to do this for now. So we can get rid of that. And here, what we're going to do is copy this 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Actually 4. And the top one, let's get rid of, let's go over to layers, page, section, column bar, first column, custom code. All right, let's delete this. I'm just deleting the code section in the top one because I'm going to put a button there. Uh-oh, wrong one. I'm going to put a button there instead of that piece of code. So hit add and then just type in button. All right. Sweet. Now, select this section and go to stick to bottom on scroll. What that's going to do is when people are on your website, you've probably seen this if you bought a product or whatever, as you scroll, the button stays down here on the bottom as you scroll so that you can click it whenever. That's basically what purpose this is going to serve. It's going to make so this button sticks to the bottom of people's screens when they scroll. And to do that again, you just make so the section, which you can select here, just make sure the section sticks to bottom on scroll. Okay, so let's just leave that for now. Go back to here. Need a copy. No, heroes image headlines. You don't do any CTAs. I will handle all CTAs myself. Okay. All right, so now this is going to basically code the first section. So while that's working, let's take this first section. We're going to have a button between each of these pieces of code, if that makes sense. So there's going to be a button here and a button here. So hit add element and put another button right there. Duplicate it and grab this one and drag it down one more. Perfect, perfect. And it should look something like this. I know this looks, it doesn't look like anything right now, but just trust me, it's going to look pretty sweet when we get done with it. So put this 10, make this 0. Same here, 0, 0, 10, and 10, 10, 0, 0. And again, if you, I don't, depending on how familiar you are with building web pages, it might feel like it's taking you forever to figure out something that I'd done super quick, like add a button, for example. It might take you a while to figure that out. Just don't get frustrated. It took me forever to learn as much as I know now as far as how to build web pages and how to actually do it quickly and efficiently. So if I'm moving, way faster than you're able to move, don't worry about it. You'll get there. Just if you get stuck somewhere, just take a screenshot of it, send it over to Claude. Excuse me. Or leave a comment, shoot me a DM inside of the school group, and I will be glad to help you out with it. But yeah, like I said, just don't feel bad if it's taking you hours and hours and you still haven't gotten very far. Just keep working at it, and you will get there. Okay. So here's our first section. So this is basically what our website's going to look like. So instant access, PDF format, same system. Helping us missing threads, how to go from 500 without setting openings, watching hours of videos, remember, with just 30 minutes a day. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is basically what it coded. I don't know if I love it. I think the headline is too long. That's gonna take way too much space above the fold. In 90 days, studying child watching hours of videos. Let's see. How about, let's take this, replace this with our hook, which is actually even, which is, I think it was even if you are not smart. Smart even if you are. Okay, that could be. What do you think of that one? Again, we have to keep in mind that we're going to be running cold traffic to this, so it's a strong hook direction, but the exact wording is a problem. Insults about, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. So obviously, I think it's kind of hilarious, but not everybody will, so you have to keep that in mind. Okay. This would work even if you blender. Okay, do this one. Let's do this one. Do this one and remove the remove the 30 minutes a day. All right, so what we're trying to do now is just kind of compact this, because that's going to take up way too much space, especially on mobile. You make it smaller. Yeah, it just looks like way too much text. And the above the fold section, which is basically when somebody loads in your website, the first chunk that they see is going to be by far the most important. In 90 days, same. Start running wheel games, even if you stuck for months. Hey, puzzles we can't sell. Okay, let's copy this. Delete. And make this part smaller font, maybe like a subhead. I want to compact the above the fold a little more. So the above the fold or the hero section, whatever you think of it as. All right, so let's see here. I also think I might want, do I want to, I think we'll leave I think the background is okay. Okay. So, how to go from 500 to 1,000 low in 90 days, even if you feel stupid every time you play. Simple system to help. Okay, this is good. 90 days, 500 elo. Okay, sweet. I like it. I like it. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste that into here. All right, sweet. Great. Go for chunk 2. Optimize the link. Yeah, let's just see this. Let's just give it what comes next. So social proof, we're going to do this because we don't have any testimonials yet. So we're just going to use this one. So problem, pain, agitation. Perfect. Love it. So yeah, Claude has made it so easy to build sales pages. Like you used to have to sit here and design everything yourself and code it yourself, depending on how you design it, and you know make all this yourself, which would take forever. And the image that we had GPT create, this one here, would have taken a long time to get this quality. And AI has literally just changed everything. And you can build now, you know, in an afternoon what used to take, you know, 2 months when I started out to build something of equivalent quality. So it's just gotten so good. It's made everything so much better. And if you know how to, you know, use AI, and you know what makes a good sales page and what makes a good funnel, you can really do some damage with it. So let's see. This is about done here. For screenshot preview, start creating screenshot and running command. Okay, so it's trying to pull up the display here. Chunk 2. Here we go. All right, so let's copy this. First of all, scroll through it. Reason. Okay, I really don't like how the headline is like that. Like it looks very fuzzy, if you know what I mean. The headline looks pretty blurred and looks like the weight may be too high. So I'm just going to try to fix this here before, come on. Okay. Fix. Swap, use enter 800. Okay. So yeah, that's just way too blurry. It just looks bad. All right, same swap for secondary headline. Okay, there we go. Much better. Let's wait until it's done. Nice. Okay, still making edits. Puzzles, touch tactics. All right. So this should be it. We should be able to copy this now. Let's wait until it's completely done. I don't want to copy it before it's done with its edits. Test private day, but it's not translating. Your puzzle rating is way higher than your game rating. You can solve it on the screen, but never see it on the board. Okay. Sweet. All right, now let's copy this. Nice. Now the third section. All right. Solution. Pricing offer, second with bonuses, guarantee, final close. 1, and 4, and 4. This one needs to be pretty long. All right, so now let's copy this. Sweet. Let's copy this, go back over to our sales page and paste this in. Just hit save. And then when we're done with this, we do need to connect the domain that we bought, which we need to do a little more configuration on that before we actually can connect it. But for now, let's just wait until this is done. So this is still trying to code out the rest of our page. In the meantime, we're going to link to open pop-up. Okay. Open pop-up, open pop-up. You know what? Let's actually change this to next step. For now, we'll just do next step. This is I could make a whole nother video on this particularly, but for now we're just going to do next step. So when somebody clicks on the get started button, they'll be sent to the checkout page. All right, so when this is working, let's just go ahead and hit save on this. And let's, since that's going to be the last piece of our sales page, let's go back to the domain, see if our domain is finished getting set up. So check, okay, no connected products. Perfect. All right, so hit connect products, and then you're going to connect this domain. Continue, and let's just give it a second to finish configuring the domain. Okay. Okay, we'll hit add records. A lot of times it tries to go high level for some reason, doesn't do great with auto setting up the auto authorizing the domain. But we'll see. Sometimes you have to add these manually. So let's just wait and see what happens with this. See where Claude is. Okay, let's duplicate this so we don't mess up what it's doing. Duplicate this tab, and we'll go back. While that's working, let's go back to sites, chest front funnel, go back to our sales page, and now we need to add this chunk in here at the bottom. So I think we already added this one, right? Yeah, we added this one. We just have to add this bottom one in. All right. So this is going to be our last chunk here. Sweet. All right, let's copy this. And let's paste this in here. Now we have one more coding task right now for Claude. Now I need the custom CSS to put in the custom CSS section in GHL to affect all of the buttons on the sales page. Okay, let's just see what it comes up with. So right now you can see that before I write it, different button classes depending on what element you use. All CTA style identically. Primary. Not sure. All CTA styled identically. One big yellow button everywhere. Let's do one gradient CTA button, not too large because one of them will be sticky. I don't need the JS for the sticky one. Just the CSS. CSS is just the styling of the button. Excuse me. I'm thinking a nice gradient with 10 to 15 padding on the top and bottom at the most. I don't like them to be too large. All right. Yes. Cool. All right. Now let's let it write our CSS code for the buttons. And let's give this just a second. And again, what this is going to do is take our buttons from looking like this, weird blue color, to actually looking on brand. So let's change this from get started to get access now. This is fine. We can change this to get instant access, actually. And then subtext 30-day money back promise. Let's do 30 days money back. 30-day money back. Cool. And let's put that there. Get instant access. Cool. All right, and here is our custom CSS. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to take this and put it. Is it finished? Yeah, it's good. All right, we're going to copy this, and we're going to put it all the way up here at the top at the custom CSS section. It's going to be a little paintbrush. You just copy this in and hit save, and this should affect the buttons. It did not affect the buttons. Okay, so let's see. Button, I think I have to actually say button. Let's see. You know what we have to do? We have to grab this identifier and put it in here. So instead of this CTA button save, okay, it's that's not, definitely not right. For sure, that's not right. Okay. All right, let's see. This is not. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, hold on. First of all, we need to get Claude these CSS selectors so it can basically target these buttons. It should target that button, also this one, also this one. Okay. It's probably going to try to do the same thing, but just target those buttons. But we'll see. Let's see what it looks like. It might work. Let's take a look. This, we can get rid of this. All right. Behavior, let's just take a look at this. Left, brighter yellow, black shadow, border color, okay. Slightly taller on small screens. All right. Let's say it might try to just do the same thing, but just on these buttons. Yeah, that is not it right there. That most certainly is not it. That looks awful. First of all, select no border. Border style should be none. That looks very bad. Screenshot that. That looks awful. Way too obnoxious. And yellow. All right. In the meantime, we also have to. Wow, that is that is spongy. That has some jiggle. That's hilarious. All right. Let's just get rid of all this. We don't want any border. Oh, we can actually. Color. None. Okay. Is that actually? That is actually terrible. I do not like that at all. It's okay. We'll get it fixed. Let's do none. And let's do none. For some reason it's yeah, it doesn't have a border, but it's showing this internal border here, separate from the button, and it's yeah, let's see if Claude can fix it. Constrain the web. the sensible max, so the red is a button, not a banner. Kill the 3D shelf shadow. Okay, yeah, it should be able to fix all of this. I was thinking it might be this internal button might be a border inside of here, but it looks like ours is fine. What do you feel? Yeah, yeah, it's definitely not anything that we've done here. Yeah, that just looks pretty gnarly. It's okay. All right, let's see. Okay, this is done. Let's grab this. Okay, so it's still working here. Okay. Wrapper bleed is gone. Running command. Script. Yeah, let me actually maybe I should get an example HTML. Let's see. Cities. Give me just a moment. Just bear with me here. Elements console memory. Okay. Let's see. Check out obsidious.ai/masterclass. Wrappers now. Okay, let's see. Maybe this will work. Before we do that, let's check and see if that fixed it. Let's see. Control. Save. All right. That's better. Much better. Do I love it though? That is debatable. I mean, obviously we have to fix the text color because the text color needs to be the same. You know what? Let's actually just get rid of the 30-day money back thing. That looks much better. Yeah, it's actually good. I like that. Sweet. All right. Now let's hit save and let us preview our sales page. So we can hit the little eyeball icon here and nope, that's not going to work. One thing we forgot to do is to change the background color to transparent. Let's try transparent. We might have to do black. But let's see if transparent works. Because with the way we coded it, it shows the background as black, but here it's rendering, yeah, it's still rendering as white. Okay, let's change it to black. Background to black, perfect. Let's save. We can get rid of these two here. All right, let's let that save. And then let's see what it looks like. It should look a lot better if it ever saves. All right, so this is what we're working with. That's not gonna work. What color? What color is the background on the sales page? Okay, so it looks kind of odd because see how this mismatched color is here? That's obviously not going to work, so we have to match this background color that we set as black to whatever color that is. So near black, the softer. Okay, borders and dividers. Page background color. I think that's just solid black though, no? Let's see. Let's add a custom color. It's not quite, but it's close. I still don't think that's gonna make much of a difference. Yeah, because see how this is like jammed between here? I don't love it, but you know what? We could actually just add some padding back in and then make it look a lot better. So over here in styles, sorry, not padding, margin. Let's add 20 margin. All right, let's go to the desktop view. On the desktop, we'll want 20 above, 20 below it, just to add some space between the buttons and the, excuse me, between the buttons and the section above and below it. Just grab this button, 20, oh, we can't do that. Are you kidding me? Okay. we have to add these in their own. How are we going to do this? So let's clone this. Let me think. Clone this, drag this button down here. There we go. And get rid of this one. And that should, and now we can get rid of this one, right? Which section is this? Chunk 103. This should be chunk 103 as well. Okay, so wait, so yeah. So now we can get rid of this. And now that we have that in its own piece, we can add margin outside of it. So 20 here and 20 here. And let's do the same thing for this. So let's see, we duplicated the, how did we do that? Okay, yeah, we duplicated the column. Come on, if I could, you know what, the section will work too. Just gonna grab this, take it down here. Sweet. Get rid of this button. And we can also get rid of 3, because it's 2 of 3. That's also 2 of 3. Okay, we can get rid of this one. All right, now, sweet. All right, so we basically just had to put it in a separate element here so that we could add our correct margin. So let's add that, and then in this view, now we have it, we can do the same thing here. So here we don't want as much as on desktop just because the phone is a lot smaller than a computer, and so it doesn't look nearly as good. Here, same thing here, reduce this down to 10, and reduce this down to 10 as well. 10, 10, 10. Okay, cool. That should look a lot better. Let's save it and let's check it out. There was just way too much the last time. Okay, much nicer. All right. That is a lot better. That is a lot better. Maybe a little more on that one, but that's pretty close. Maybe a little more on the bottom of that one too, but this looks good. This actually looks really good. I love it. I like it. All right, sweet. And now you see how this button stays down here on the bottom? Even when we scroll, it stays hovered down there. That's the sticky button that we added earlier. Now, the real test is to see what it looks like on mobile. So if you hold Control Shift and hit the I button on your keyboard, you'll see what it looks like on the cell phone. So this is what it looks like on the phone, which is pretty nice. I like it. Oh, that's very nice too. I like how that looks on mobile. That looks very good on mobile. You're studying theory, you don't need, openings don't matter, get instant access. All right. So that is a pretty good first draft of our sales page. We're going to, honestly, I think that's probably good for now. We'll obviously test this down the road, but for now, that's a good first draft, and we could probably make some sales with just that right there. So the next thing to do is to obviously save that. You don't want to undo your progress. And now here, back inside the domain thing, in your domains, once you have gotten that set up, select link domain with funnel, and it's going to be your chess front funnel. And the default step is going to be the sales page, and just proceed to finish. All right, and let's give it a second. And what this is going to do is make so you can actually host that website on that URL. So now you should be able to connect the domain. Connect your domain for a live link. Okay, we'll probably have to refresh it. So let's just hit refresh and see if it lets us hook the domain up to our sales page now so that we can actually start sending traffic to that sales page. Sweet, okay, so nice. So here, this is our URL. So if we click on it, it'll open it up in its own sales page. And there you go. There you go, sweet. So there is your sales page. That is essentially it for now. Alrighty, now that we're done with our sales page, we have to do our checkout page and our, excuse me, and our thank you page. So let's change this one to checkouts. We just copy that, paste that in. We're just going to update the names of the steps here. All right, let's go to the thank you page. Let's name this thank you. And this one, let's do thank you. And then a string of numbers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter too much here, so thank you. All right. Now that we have our sales page, checkout page, and the thank you form, again, we've already finished the thank you form here, or the sales page. We've already finished it. And let me just go over this sales page really quick. And again, we just put this together in, I don't know, maybe an hour or so. And it looks better than like most info product sales pages. Tell you what, let's actually go to Obsidious, which is, so this is my personal one. And you've probably seen this page before if you're watching this video. But down the line, you can change your image out, which is this right here. You can change this out for a video, like a VSL. You can also add in some cool backgrounds and really just go all out with it. You can add in more images. You can add in testimonials. You can add in different designs, different effects with it and whatnot. This took, and obviously you have your FAQ here. So you can definitely, build something out that's more like this and spend a lot more time on it, which is what I did. And this page has been through, I don't know, probably 30 different versions and different split tests. But to get started, you don't have to build anything, this elaborate. You can just start with, something like this is more than enough to just test and see if there's interest in the product. And if there's, if people start buying it, if there's interest in the product, if you can make some sales with it, then that's a good sign. Then you can start, split testing it and really refining it like I did with the Obsidious page here. But like I said, this is good enough for the test. Excuse me. So the next thing to do is to do the checkout form. Before you do the checkout form, though, you need to set up a payment processor, which I have already done. It's not really something I can walk you through here, but you just go to payments and then go to integrations. I use Easy Pay Direct, but I would suggest if you're starting out, I would suggest you use Stripe. So you just click the connect button. They're going to ask you to sign up for an account, fill in some of your personal information, and then once you've done that, you can just hit the connect button and sign into your account. That's essentially it as far as connecting a payment provider. The next thing that we need to do is go back to Claude and say, now, excuse me, we have to set up a checkout page. I have to embed the checkout form natively. So give me 2 chunks, one for above the form and one for below. Keep the above one minimal. Okay, because you don't want so if they've made it to the checkout form, that means your sales page done its job. The purpose of the sales page is just to get them to the checkout form. So the checkout form is just to get them to put their credit card information in and actually check out. So we're not going to be doing a ton of sales on this one. We just need to get them through the process as quickly as possible. Excuse me. So while that's working, I come over here to your checkout, and you're going to want to have 2 HTML files here. So you can just duplicate this one, and you can actually just drag this one up. And you want them both in the same section there. And then you're going to want to select the one-step, I think it's called one-step order. Add this element right in between the two. Just like that. And then you're not going to need like shipping and whatnot because you don't ship info products, obviously. So come over here to this side. I'll turn this off and select hide shipping. Also hide the company name that's over here somewhere. Email address, company name. Okay. Hide company name. And hide phone number. I found it convert. Excuse me. Sorry. I found it converts the best when you just have the full name and the address. You don't need their phone number or anything like that. And that's essentially it. Also, you're going to want to remove the coupon thing. It's going to be down here. It's going to be a toggle. enable coupon, you can turn that off. And shipping in your info, you can, I think you can delete that actually. Shipping in your info, yeah, you can just get rid of that too. Cool. All right, let's see what Claude comes up with. Excuse me. All right, this is to be above the fold. We also need to check out, so first of all, let's make the background here black, because that's our background color. Let's make that black. All right. This is, this bottom one is good. So, okay, the second chunk, which is here, chunk 2, it goes below the form. So it's going to be inside of this HTML file here. So just paste that in. Now the first one, this one here, I'm trying to decide if this is trying to do too much selling. You know what? Let's just go with it. I think that's good, probably. We can always split test this down the road. All right, just hit save and save this. Again, this is much, much simpler than the sales page because you're not having to do near the heavy lifting on the checkout form as you are on the sales page. You just want it pretty simple, pretty clean, pretty straightforward. You don't want too much going on here. Excuse me. All right, let's see what that looks like. Okay, see what it looks like on the cell phone again. Okay, yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay, and you'll see here it says no payment method available. We'll fix that. We'll fix that in a minute. Okay, yeah, I think that's pretty good for a checkout page. Yeah, like I said, so one thing I would split test down the line, and we'll get into split test later on in the series. But one thing I would split test is just removing this part, so that you just have this top section and then your order form, which I think would probably be better. You know what? Let's do that. That's just a small thing. Remove this from the first chunk and put it in the second instead. The little order summary section. Cool. All right, so yeah, we're just going to have it move that. I think it'll look a little cleaner if we had, like I said, this put underneath the order form instead of on top. So let's go ahead and do that. One more thing we're going to have to do is get the CSS for actually let's change the button color to the yellow color that we're using on the sales page. It's more like this. Let's see if we can get that color. Let's see. It's more, I think it's more yellow, like probably like this. A rustic yellow. That looks pretty good. All right, button color, button text color. Let's change that to black. It looks a little better. And the button size, I think that's also good. I think the button size is good too. Okay, sweet. All right, let's see. All right, so Claude is still working on swapping this around. Excuse me. Okay, this says done here. So it's just finishing up here. And then we're going to take this and just replace the two pieces we put in earlier. And then I'll show you what it looks like. I think it'll look a little cleaner. We're pretty much done with GPT for now. Okay. All right, let's see what this looks like. So this is the overall piece. That's it. Okay, so that's going to, here we go. All right, so this is going to be above the checkout form, this piece right here, and then the other piece is going to be under it. So let's change that up quick. Okay, save that. Let's grab the second one. And let's put that in here. There we go. And save that, and let's wait for that to save, and then we'll give this a refresh and see what it looks like. I think, like I said, I think it's not, it's not a huge difference. It's just enough to, get an extra 1 or 2 conversions probably. Okay, much better. I think that'll convert a little better. Okay. So the next thing to do is actually fix that situation where it says no products available. We'll fix that in a moment. For now, just hit publish. And then let's go back, and we need to find our actual product, which I thought we had uploaded to GoHighLevel. Maybe we didn't. Let's see. Actually, I thought maybe I downloaded it earlier. Here we go. Okay, sweet. So let's download this. This is the ebook or the PDF that we made. Okay, failed to download files. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So we'll download that. Now you're going to want to go back and go to media storage here on the left. Excuse me. And take your ebook, your PDF, and just drag it and drop it into your media storage. Uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, now hit get link, hit the little 3 dots, hit get link. And what this is going to do is you're going to, once people check out, you're going to put this link in front of them, or you're going to show them this link, which is the link to your ebook. So if you just type in this, we can get rid of this thing. Type this in and hit enter. This is going to be the ebook right here. So 112 pages. That's essentially it. So we've went over this before, but you can see it's got all the charts and everything in there. So we're going to take this link and go back into Claude. All right. Now for the thank you page, we are going to put this link on the thank you page. Hold on. Page so they can get immediate access. This is the link to the PDF. Please put a preview window and the link to access it on the page, and deliver me the full HTML. All right. You know what? I sent this to the wrong chat. My bad. Let's go back. I just copy this. Go back to, wait. No, that's the wrong chat. Okay. This is where we were. Okay. All right. Send that to Claude. And now let's go back and let's go to sites, just front funnel, and the thank you page. And we're going to put this output into the thank you page here. Let's give it just a minute. Got it, building thank you page, PDF preview, download access, single deliverable HTML. Okay. Very good. Now, typically it would be more than just a sales page, checkout page, and thank you. I would also do like an upsell. Okay, so basically, after they get done with the checkout, you send them to another page where they can basically upgrade their order for an additional cost. And then if they decline that, they go to a downsell. Or if they accept it, they go to another upsell, if that makes sense. I don't think we have time to cover that today. I'll probably cover that in maybe the next series or whatever. Today, I just wanted to get it to a point to where we can actually start making sales with our funnel. So this is just a simple 3-step funnel. Let's see if Claude is about done with this here. Thank you, page HTML. Okay, download ebook. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's go back to our thank you page and let's paste this in here. We have to make the background black. Background. There we go. Let's make it black. And let's publish it. Let's give it a preview, see what it looks like. All right, so this is it. Order complete, access granted. You're in. Welcome to the system. Your copy of 500,000 ELO in 90 days is ready. If you hit download the ebook, it will open this up here. And this is where they can go and they can read the ebook that you created or your guide, whatever you want to call it. And here's this cool little preview that we have here, this preview window, where they have direct access to it right here. And from here, they can download it, add it to their Google Drive or whatever. That's actually really sick. Let me see what it looks like on mobile. Okay, very cool. Nice. All right, that's very cool. Let's see, read chapter 1 tonight, run the 30-minute routine, track 90 days, one more thing. Copy this. Okay. All right, so very good. Now let me show you, there's a couple more things we need to do. One is we need to actually add this product in as a product so that they can actually pay for it. So go over to payments and is it under payments or is it, yeah, payments, and then go to products and hit create product. And the name of this is 500 to 1,000 ELO in 90 days. Okay. And then the price is going to be down here. One time, $27, one-time fee or one-time charge of $27. And just hit save. And then there's going to be an option to add in, actually maybe, is it in here? Yeah, so here select, so click into, okay, let me go back. So under this section, if you click on the pricing right here, click into it, and then you scroll down, select digital product. Press them, okay, select digital product, and then just hit save. And then you're going to go back to sites, select your checkout form, and then go over to products. Products, hit add product, and it should give you the option to add that one. Yeah. So after you add the product, then like we just did, again, go to products and add that product to this page and select the price, which is $27, like we just input, and hit save. So now what this should do is, if you remember, it said no product available, please set product or something like that. That should take care of that. Please connect to at least one payment integration. Okay, I thought I had already connected the payment processor. Which I think I did. Let's actually just go here and take a look. No payment method available. Okay, so that's a payment provider issue. So I'll have to come into payments, integrations. Okay, so easy pay direct. I'll probably have to go into the back end of my easy pay direct account and just make sure that, because this is a brand new GoHighLevel sub account or sub profile, whatever you call it. So I'll probably just need to go in and confirm the integration on the back end. But again, if you're using Stripe, you'll just do that right here. Just hit connect, sign into your account, and you'll be all good to go. First, a few do's and don'ts of upsells. You never want to replace your original product. Your original product should always be valuable. It should always teach them everything they need to know in order to do it. Your upsell should never contradict what you just taught. You should never make the person feel like the upfront purchase is incomplete. And you never want to sell something totally unrelated. You always want to build on top of the initial offer, which is the original product, which again is an ebook, a course, a guide, whatever. You always want to make the results come faster. You want to increase the likelihood of success, and you want to add certainty and not confusion. Now, here's kind of a visualization of how it works. So the low ticket is going to be an ebook / mini course for anywhere from $27 to $97. This teaches them how to get the results. This is a complete roadmap, everything they need to know to succeed on their own. Step-by-step methodology, and this is a do-it-yourself timeline. certainty is moderate. Now, post-purchase upsell, which is what we're going to be building today for our chess funnel. These are going to be templates/accelerators priced from $197 to $497. This is going to make results come faster. It's the same methodology, but with shortcuts included. So these could be done for you templates, swipe files and examples, shortcuts and automations, or community access. Typically, this will increase the speed by 2 to 3 times, and the certainty is higher. Now, this is a high ticket. This is where the real money is made. This is going to be coaching / done for you or done with you for $2,000 or more. And this is going to be maximum speed and certainty. You work directly with them or you do it for them. This delivers one-on-one implementation, direct access to you, done for you services or guaranteed outcomes. This is the fastest path and it's a maximum certainty. So here's some examples. So a low ticket offer could be the 12-week transformation blueprint, complete workout plan, nutrition guide, tracking sheets. The upsell is the transformation accelerator pack. This is done for you meal plans, custom workout videos, weekly check-in templates, and the high ticket one-on-one transformation coaching, which is a personalized plan, direct coaching calls, accountability. It could be personal training or whatever. And here's why this works. So each tier uses the same methodology, but it adds speed and certainty. These are the 2 key things that you want to introduce into your funnel. The upsell doesn't replace a blueprint. It makes following it easier. So one more time, the low ticket is the how, the upsell is the faster, and the high ticket is done. If that makes sense. So ask yourself, does this upsell help them get the same result faster, or does it take them in a different direction? If it doesn't do the latter, don't sell it. Low ticket is they do the work. Mid ticket is they do less work. High ticket, you do the work with them or for them. All right, so anyway, all that being said, this is the one we're going to be building today for our chess funnel. So last week we went through and we built out the initial product, we built out the sales page, the checkout page, and the thank you form. So the upsell pages are going to go right between the checkout and the thank you. So after they check out, they'll get access to the post-purchase upsells. So what I've done is I have created this prompt. I already know what I want my upsells to be. This is going to be a toolkit, which builds off of the first ebook, which is again how to go from $500 to $1,000 ELO in chess. And essentially, what it is a free piece vault, the kill shot vaults, and the end game and oddball vault. So this is basically getting super granular on a few things that if you learn these few things, your certainty and speed of going, past that 1,000 ELO mark on chess will be greatly exaggerated. In other words, you'll get there a lot faster with a lot more certainty. So again, just exactly what we're talking about here. So I have this prompt here, and I'm going to give this prompt to Claude, and it will go ahead and build out our upsells. In the meantime, let's see if this has any questions before I start building out the sales pages. Okay, it looks like it's thinking here. All right, so while that's working, let's come over here and build out this here. So what you're going to do is just duplicate your sales page. Just clone your funnel step. You clone funnel step here. And we're going to build out 2 upsell pages. It's going to be the same product, but it's going to be 2 upsell pages. So actually, we can just leave this here. Let's drag this up after checkout. And let's hit edit. All right. Now, we're going to charge for this particular system. We're going to charge, I like to do anywhere between $150 and $250. I think for this one, we'll start with we'll do $147. And you always want to put, okay, so a couple things. First, this button, you're going to change it to one-click upsell, link to one-click upsell / downsell product. You're going to change it to this. And we don't have a product in GoHighLevel yet, so we're just going to leave it at that. And then the sales action is go to the next step. So what this one-click upsell downsell is going to do is, since they entered their information, their credit card information on the last page, which was the checkout, when they get to here, if they just click this button, it automatically adds that to their order. It auto charges their card, and then it sends them to the next step. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you put the price in each button so they know the price before they click the button. Otherwise, you'll be dealing with chargebacks, and that's not going to be fun. So you can say, yes, add this. So we're just building out the call to action buttons right now. Add this for 147. And copy that. Put the same thing in here. All right, now you're going to duplicate this button. And in this one, no thanks. I'm good. Cool. All right, now this is the decline button. So obviously we're going to change this, and we're just going to select next step on this one. So if they click this top button, it's going to charge their card for the product. If they click this one down here, it's going to decline the offer. Now this should be, okay, so this is our sticky section. So this button's going to stick to the bottom. We don't want the decline button to stick to the bottom. We just want these static. So we're going to put this right here, and we'll put another decline button right here, and make sure these are all one-click upsell. Okay, this should be linked to one click. This should be linked to one click. All right, and then we're going to have Claude build out the sales pages, or the upsell page for this. And so we're just going to leave this blank for now. Let's go back and see if it. Okay, so it's still working on this product here. So what we're going to do is clone this, and let's open up a new chat, and we can go ahead and start building out the upsell pages. All right, so not that. So let's see. So we're going to give it some context here. Are you ready for? Okay. 3 PDFs, kill shot vault, the end game oddball vault. Okay. Tell you what, let's just copy this whole thing. And say, I have attached a prompt for the upsell product I am building. Do not follow the prompt, just use it as context. I need you to build the post-purchase upsell HTML. We are going to charge $147 one time for this. Let me know if you understand and are ready to move forward. All right, and let's see what it does here. I want to make sure it understands what we're doing here and doesn't just try to build the product for us, because that's a pretty long prompt. So let's give it a second. Let's see if how this is going. Okay, so it's still working on our product here. Excuse me. And then we're going to need 1, 2, 3 code chunks. And the reason you can't just build out one, single HTML or one single code section here is you need these buttons in between, because these are native to GoHighLevel. And if you want them to be able to just click the button and it charges their card and moves into the next step, then you can't have, Claude can't integrate. You can't build a HTML that integrates the way it should in order to do that. So actually, one thing is if they add this, we don't want to send them to the next step. We want to send them to the thank you page. And I'll show you why in a minute. But select step, thank you page, select step, thank you page. Cool. All right, let's just save this for now. All right, and all right, approach first. If it's okay, yeah, I don't know why it's doing this here, but okay, it should be medium. It will have 3 CTAs on it. So I need you to build the page in 3 HTML chunks so I can embed the GHL one-click upsell button between each chunk. Proceed with the first. Cool. All right, so let's give this a second and see if we can go ahead and send out our sales page. Previous messages were sent. Okay, we don't actually need that. Okay. All right, while that's working, we can just publish this. And then let's go back. We're going to duplicate this page one more time for our downsell. So if they decline it, upsell. If they decline the upsell, we want to send them to a downsell page, which is basically the same product for cheaper. So let's clone this one more time. All right. And we're going to move this up here, change the name of this one to downsell. And this is typically going to be either a one-time discounted price or breaking the payment up into 2 or 3 payments. For post-purchase upsell, I'll try to keep the 2 payments, but either works. So let's see, this is still working here. Okay, life was solid. Okay. All right, so now that these are working, here is okay, so it's building out the first HTML. So let's go back into here. And then we're just going to post this output into this top section here, in this top HTML. And a note on 2, Mr. Closing in, tap arrow, so go. Yes. Go ahead with chunk 2. Cool. All right, now let's copy this and let's go ahead and put it in here. All right, and then the next one's going to go in here. All right, and this is working here. Let's open up. So this is the first piece of the where the piece goes to die. Okay, so this is still working here. And here is this the second one? Okay, so it's still working on the second one. All right, so let's save this. And yeah, while that's working, let's actually take a look at this quick and see. All right, so you have the systems, now get the patterns if it catches. Your ebook teaches you how to check before every move. These vaults teach you what to check for. You see the patterns in every game under 1,000 elo, the free pieces you missed, the mate you walked into, the end game you drew when you were winning. So Vault 1 is 24 free piece patterns, hanging pieces, forks, pins, skewers, checkmate patterns, 18 checkmate patterns, and 18 endgame blunders. So this is essentially, you don't need more chess content. You just, okay. Juicing the anti-blunder system. All right, built for 500 elo, 30 minutes a day. oh, this is actually building off of, okay. So this is actually, because I cloned the sales page, so this is, none of this down here is going to be here. So for now, it's just this here. All right, so, and then again, when they click this button, they go to the thank you page, and if they click this one, they should go to the next downsell page. And so let's go here and see if the second piece is done. Okay, very good. All right, let's paste this in here. All right. And then go for 3. Let's go ahead and get the third one done here. Give it just a minute. Let's see how this one's coming along. Okay. This one's still working. Cool. All right. All right. And then the last one is going to go in here. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. All right. Play these games, a lot of them. Your queen disappears on 12 moves and you don't know why. You sat on a square you thought was safe. This is what Vault 1 does. You're up a rook, you're winning. Then your king is in a box and it's made in 1. This is in Vault 2. You're up 2 pawns in an endgame. You push the wrong one. The game ends. Vault 3. So this is essentially going deeper and building off the first one. And yeah, the greedy pawn, lonely bishop, knight frame, smother. So these are basically just going deeper, because chess, it's something that it's not really something you can do for them, but it is something that you can increase the likelihood of success and the speed at which they get to the promised outcome, which is 1,000 ELO in 90 days. And that's what this does. It increases the speed that they get there and the likelihood that they do get there at all. Now, here's the third HTML, post-purchase decline footer. Okay, we actually don't need that. All right, so now let's put this in here. And our initial post-purchase is done. Now let's do, great. Now do the same thing for the same product, but this will be the downsell. If they decline the upsell we just proposed, for this, let's do, okay, so we're going to do 147 for the initial upsell. If they decline it, we could either do 2 payments of 97. We could do 1 payment of 97. I'm sorry, not 2 payments of 97. 3 payments of like 47, or we could do 1 payment of 97. This is where split testing comes in. You're definitely going to want to test these prices. For now, if we just propose, we will do a one-time payment of, how about we do 67? 67. All right. Cool. All right, now this is going to be our downsell. So let's just save this. Let's take another look and see how the whole page came out. Let's go to that. Here we go. All right, so play these games, a lot of them. One pattern. Click the yes. The vault lands in 60 seconds. You get the free piece vault. You get the kill shot vault, and you get the end game and oddball vault for 127. So again, the initial product, it showed them how to get there, and this upsell is helping them get there faster with these specific patterns and tools that accelerates their timeline, so it increases the speed and the likelihood that they do get there. And so that is it. Now, for these buttons, let's just make sure this is right. So we'll click upsell, and then select step thank you. Okay, so once they click this button, they should be sent to the thank you page. They click here, they should be sent to the downsell, which is just going to be the next step. So that's good. All right, so that is it for that. Now for the downsell, we're going to do the same thing here. For the buttons, we're going to change those to All right, so we need to change the call to action here. So fine, I'll, yes, I'll pay 67 for this. Let me make sure that doesn't, okay, that'll work. Let's do the same thing. No thanks. I'm good. No thanks. I'm good. Okay. And this should all go to the thank you page. So one click or next step, because the next step is going to be actually, should probably do thank you page. So select the step, thank you, select the step. Step is going to be thank you page. That way, if you accidentally misorder or drag one of the steps somewhere, it still sends the funnel to the right place. And this one is click to step and thank you page. All right, so now we need to fill in these HTML here. So here's chunk 1. Let's put this in here. Click save. All right, and chunk 2. Paste that in there. And the third one, make sure it's done generating. Okay. And the third one goes here. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me just make sure these look right. Susie posts the same bundle, $67. Okay, cool. All right, so now the way this is going to work is after they get done going through the checkout, they're going to get sent to the upsell. If they decline the upsell, they will get sent to this downsell button, which basically they can get the same thing for $67. One time, no reveal, you just save $80. And again, this is great for them because they get a huge discount, and it's great for you because you can sell the same product over and over and over. But it might be the thing that stopped you from clicking yes a minute ago. Okay. Copy looks good. Close the tab and the price goes back to 147. Free piece vault, kill shot vault, endgame and oddball vault. One click, same card you just used. All right, cool. All right, so that is good to go. Let's just hit publish here. Now what we have to do is actually take the upsell as soon as Claude gets done building it here. Action choice, what is going on here? Digital is empty. Okay, change plan, sir. What is that whole bundle of the simple Python data structure? Let it in one sweep, the name of the 3 markdown files. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, for some reason it stopped generating. Okay, let's just say continue. It looks like your output got interrupted. Okay, and let's see if we can at least get an idea of what it was working on. Done. Okay. Let's see what. Okay, this is a PDF here. Okay, that's not working. Yeah, something got interrupted here. Please make sure you also add lots of visualizations and output the entire vault in PDF format. All right, so let's see if that takes, here, let's just give it a minute. All right, now the next thing to do, while this is working, okay, yeah, while that's working, let's go back here. So now we need to actually create it as a product. inside of GoHighLevel. So let's go here. So here's our initial ebook. Let's just hit create product. This is going to be the Blender bundle. And tax will be included in the purchase price. Yep, hit yes. And then one-time payment of $147. And then just hit save. And then go to pricing. Click on, actually just add another price here. The Blender bundle at 67. All right, let's add that. One-time payment of $67. All right, so we basically just added the product in here at 2 different price points, because at one point we're going to be selling it for $147, and the downsell, excuse me, the downsell is $67. So, all right, so this is still working, and it's probably going to take a while because this upsell is a giant vault. Yeah, it might take a minute here. So let's let it cook up. And let's go ahead and go back over to sites, and we're going to need excuse me, we're going to want to go to the upsell tab that we just created. Now, if we go over to products, we should see that product available here under the products tab. So click the Blender bundle, and the upsell price is going to be $147. All right, just click save. The downsell, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to select the other price, which is $67. All right. So now what should happen is, actually, let me make sure this is configured correctly. Okay, so now you're going to want to go all these buttons that you have here, select that product, which is the Blender bundle. Make sure you select that product. And that the sales action, so after they click the button, they're sent to the thank you page. Okay, same thing here, looks good. And then the no thanks, I'm good, sends them to the downsell. Same thing here, send them to the downsell, and just click save. And then publish. All right, now let's go and do the same thing to the downsell. Make sure we select that product, which is the Blender bundle, and select step thank you. And product is a Blender bundle, and thank you page, step to thank you page, select the product, thank you page, and thank you page. All right, cool. So just to help you visualize what happens here, so they land on the sales page, then they go to the checkout page. After they check out, they get sent to the upsell page. If they accept the upsell, they get sent directly to the thank you page. If they decline the upsell, they get sent to the downsell page. And then regardless whether or not they accept or decline the downsell, they get sent to the thank you page, if that makes sense. So because you don't want to, if they accept the upsell, you don't want to then try to sell them the same product that they just paid for, obviously. So let's go back and see how this is coming along. So it looks like Claude is still working. Yeah, still working on our patterns here. The next thing, the only other thing we really have to do for the upsells is just to create a workflow so that when they actually purchase it, it gets sent to them. So come over here to automations, and we're going to create a workflow. Got it. Let's just create workflow, start from scratch. Okay, and we're going to add a new trigger, and this is going to be a payment received. So this workflow is going to trigger when you receive a payment. Now you're going to want to add a couple filters. The one filter is the payment status. So you want the payment status to be successful. So in other words, when you receive a payment that is successful, that's when this workflow will trigger. If the product is Blender bundle, there we go. So what this is going to do is it's going to trigger this workflow when somebody has paid and the payment has been successful and the payment was for the Blunder bundle, that's when we want this thing to fire off. So now we just hit save. And then when we want to hit tag, because we want to add a contact tag, and then just hit Blunder bundle upsell. So just hit add new tag. Okay, so what it's going to do is every time somebody purchases the Blunder bundle, it adds this tag to their contact, so you can go through and see who all has and who all has not purchased the upsell. And then you're going to add in an email. This is just going to be send email, and this is going to be from Tim or from whoever. And you just put in the email that you used to sign up for GoHighLevel. For now, we're just going to do Tim at obsidious.ai. Subject, your Blunder bundle access. And then here, we're just going to add their first name. So it's going to be contact first name. And then thank you for purchasing the Blunder bundle system. Blunder Vault, actually, not system. Vault. This vault is designed to increase the speed at which you surpass 1,000 ELO. You can access the vault by clicking here, and then we're just going to hyperlink the word here with the actual link of the product as soon as we get it back from Claude. And then if you have any questions, feel free to reply to this email. Okay, questions, that's not spelled right. Best Tim. All right, sweet. Let's put a little space in here, a space in there. All right, now we'll just save that. I think autosave is actually on. Okay, cool. And we'll name this workflow Blunder bundle delivery. Cool. So let's just go back over this real quick. So this workflow is going to trigger when somebody has successfully, right here, successfully paid for the Blunder bundle. It's then going to add this Blunder bundle upsell tag to their contact so that you can then search, for this tag, and anybody with that tag will have bought the bundle. And then you're going to send them an email with their access to the bundle. All right, so let's go back and see if Claude is about done with this. So it's still working. Again, this might take a minute just because it's quite the large. All right, so it looks like Claude has just finished up with our vault here. So we have the free piece vault. This is going into just more in depth on free pieces. Okay, just make sure it didn't make any errors here. Okay, everything looks good. Wrong guard, okay, very good. All right, let's take a look at this one, which is it's another PDF. All right, so yeah, we are showing backrank mates, backrank checkmate, the window. Okay, the boxed king. Okay, so this is end games, and the oddball. Okay, stalemate, frozen king, stare down. Okay, cool. This is actually all really, really good. So let's just download all three of these. Just click download this one too. and that one as well. Now let's go back into GoHighLevel. Let's come back to media storage. And we're going to drag these 3 in there. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So now we have the, say, Blender bundle number 3. Okay, so we uploaded this one twice. So we can move that one to the trash. We need this one, the kill shot. Okay, so Blender bundle 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So now we have all 3 pieces to the vault. Let's duplicate this tab. Now let's go back to our automation and open up that same workflow we're just working in, and we're going to have to build out 3 different links, one for each of these products. So come down here to our email, and let's do this. You can access the, let's see, the kill shot vault. Actually, let's say the first one is a free piece vault. The free piece vault here. Okay. You can access the kill shot vault here. You can access the oddball in-game. Let's capitalize this. Oddball end game vault here. All right, now we're just going to link all 3 of these accordingly. So let's get the link for number 1. Let's hyperlink it here. So you just select the word here and then hit Control V on your keyboard and it'll paste that link to here. And do the same thing with number 2, which is this one, get link. Paste that here. And endgame oddball vault, get link. Put that here. Save action. All right, let's just take a look at this here. So let's see. Okay, so now when they get this email, it should show up correctly. Okay, so the free piece vault, perfect. And then the second link they get is this one here. Let's check this one out. All right, the kill shot vault, perfect, perfect. And the third one is the oddball endgames, which is here. Endgame and oddball vault. All right, perfect. So that is essentially it. So now what's going to happen is whenever somebody, again, clicks on your upsell or the downsell, they get sent their product. That is essentially it for the back end of it. Let's just cover the front one more time. So again, they go to the sales page, they hit the call to action, they go to the checkout page, the upsell, and then from the upsell, they'll either go to the thank you page or to the downsell, and then from the downsell to the thank you page, where they can then access their initial product on the thank you page, and their upsells will be emailed to them. So that is essentially it for this one. What you can expect if you've set everything up correctly, and if your upsell slash downsell, if it's a good product and if it actually fits the market, which you'll find out once you test it, your AOV should move up significantly from the $27 product. We should be getting closer to, with this particular one, probably closer to over $70, probably. But again, we'll figure that out. We'll find out when we actually run ads to it. So first we have to connect GoHighLevel and Facebook. We have to set up the conversion tracking with GoHighLevel. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Build super good image ads with AI that prints stacks, write the copy that gets the click, set up the campaign, launch the ads. There's one thing I forgot to add. That's going to be plug the free school group. I'll go ahead and do that one right now. So we do have a school group. It is free. The link is in the description. We do weekly coaching calls completely for free. So if you have any questions, hop on there, ask your questions. We have the discussion, the series, value, call recordings, questions, all the good stuff here. So 122 people in here so far. So hop in here, ask your questions, shoot me a DM, talk to everybody. And all that being said, let's go ahead and hop into it. So let's head over to GoHighLevel. The first thing we need to do is to go over to automations, and we're going to create a workflow. So here in create workflow, let's just go to start from scratch here, and we'll start building out our workflow. So let's just hit add new trigger, and let's do payment received, and just save trigger. Now we're going to select the Meta Conversions API. So basically what this is going to do is every time you receive a payment, it's going to trigger this workflow, and it's going to send that information back to Facebook. So you're going to want to select the integration. Funnel event is good. And then we need an access token and a dataset ID. So for this, we have to go over to our ad account. So this is just a ad account that I created for this specific series here. And go ahead and create a pixel. If you don't know how to do that, it's pretty simple. Just hit, there should be a create button right here. Here's another one here. Just create a pixel. And then we're going to want to scroll down. Once you've done that, just scroll down to access token. Here we go, generate access token. So let's generate an access token for this pixel. And let's copy that. And let's take that over, where were we? Here we go. And let's put that in there. And then we need the dataset ID. And that is going to be right here. So let's copy that. And this is going to go in here. And Facebook event name, you're going to want to change this to purchase. So whenever you receive money, it shows up as a purchase inside of Facebook. And the value, you want to use the dynamic, which is payment received, and you just do total amount or payment total amount. And what this is going to do, it's going to send that payment, the total amount, the person who did it, everything back to Facebook whenever someone makes a purchase. So let's just name this Facebook attribution. There we go. And hit publish and save. Now, what this should do is send all this information back to all the information of the person that bought the product back to Facebook. And that should be it. Yeah, I think that should be it for this one. So now let's actually, let's go back here, because there is one other piece. While you're setting up your pixel, it's going to ask you to install a snippet, like a code on your website, which I actually already done when I was creating that pixel. When I was creating the pixel, it's going to be this right here. And you're going to, again, you're going to get it when you create the pixel here. Facebook is going to give it to you. And you just drop this right here in the head tracking code in the little settings tab, and this is going to install it over your entire funnel. So that is essentially it. Now let us create the actual ads for it. So let's go here, and for this, I'm going to use this image ad prompt that's inside of the Skool group, but I actually have it opened up here already. So let me open up a new Claude tab. Give me just a second here. Let's see, where were we? Okay. There we go. All right, so here's our Claude, and we're going to drop this prompt into it. And we're going to change this blank right here. Info product that helps people go from 500 ELO to 1,000 in chess in 90 days. It is an ebook. All right, and then we need the landing page URL. So it's gonna be this right here. And let's drop this in here. And just send it. So basically what this prompt does is it handles your market research, and it finds you your top 3 avatars, and 4 unique concepts per avatar, so that we have 12 prompts in total. And it's basically going to spit back image ad prompts that we will then turn around and feed to ChatGPT to actually create the images for us. So I have another tab here with ChatGPT open, and let's just give this a second. Let's see here. Okay, the dominant complaint is not on chess. Okay. Okay, so here's the 3 different types of people that we're going to be targeting. One is the plateaued grinder, the embarrassed parent, the returner, and just give it a second here. All right, so now here are our actual prompts that we're going to use to create the image ad. So let's just copy this and just paste that into ChatGPT. And again, this original prompt here, it also has all the Andromeda specs in it, all the Andromeda best practices or the meta best practices, and it has all the links for everything here. So again, this is, I have a copy of it here, but it's also linked inside of the free Skool group there. Now, when ChatGPT is creating this, let's just duplicate this tab, open a new chat, and let's grab our second prompt. So we can create multiple side by side here. Let's grab this one and let's just repeat the process. Uh-oh, wrong one. Okay, open a new chat. We can move this over here. Okay. All right, let's give that a second to cook up. Now, the reason I prefer image ads, especially for testing, is that they are super simple to make. AI does a really good job with them. And it also allows you to see what avatar, what angle, what concept works for your specific niche. And then from there, once we find a specific style and type of ad that works, we can then go on up to video ads and start really printing the paper. All right, let's go ahead and paste all these in, like halfway through. Let me just lock in quick. Okay. That one, prompt 7, duplicate, chat, send that. Okay, number 8. And these should all have a distinct style, and they should all be different, and obviously follow all the best practices for meta. Okay, one's done, number 9. Got a few more here. Prompt number 10. Probably go back to this one, should be done. Okay, number 11. This one, and one more. There we go. All right, so now it has generated a handful of them here. So we are done with this, and let's go through and look at a few of these. So here's one. You'd miss this in a real game. One's okay. It's not great. Let's see what else we got here. I did puzzles for a year and still blundered every game. Okay, so this is a testimonial style. It's really good. 1,600 games, still 500. I wasn't dumb. I just kept taking pieces. Chess.com. Yeah, he's got chess.com open. That's actually super good. Let's see. Do we have any more? Yep. Here's some more. And so you can see they all have, and here's another one. Okay, this is actually really good. So this is targeting the parent that can't beat their kid, that's a brilliant angle. And that is just that's not even right. Those moves are illegal for the knight. try again. All right, so we're gonna make it redo that one. But in the meantime, now let's go ahead and download all of these. And that's also not a legal move. Let's just have it not do the board. Can you recreate that, but without the chessboard? The chessboard. Just do an infographic graphic style. Okay. Now let's go ahead and download the rest of these. We can download this one. Download. And let's grab these. Get this one. Let's get that one. And let's do this one as well. Is there any more here? No, that's the only one there. Close that tab. Let's do this one and this one. Let's see, is this the only? Yes, it's the only one. This chat. We're done with that one. Okay, that's still an illegal move. Change this one. Be an infographic. No chessboard. Because the problem here is it's creating the ad and everything correctly, but if you know anything about chess, you know this is not a legal move. So this picture just doesn't make any sense. So let's just let that cook up. Let's do this one. Very good. There we go. There we go. And come back 20 years. All right. Download that one. And let's see here. Okay, so this one's still working. That one's not great. Here we go. Nice. That'll do. Let's download that one. See, can we unpin this? There we go. And unpin this, get rid of that. All right, now let's take a look at these. Is this because there's a few here. Light port, there we go, much better. All right, so now let's head back over here to Facebook and let's go to campaigns. Now we need to actually upload these and start sending traffic to the actual landing page. So just create a new sales campaign. This one was already in here. And for the settings on this, buying type auction is good. Our objective is going to be sales. Obviously, you want this switched off. Campaign budget. Now, this is what's going to vary quite a lot for everybody. You can start with as little as $25 a day, up to, or even $10 a day, all the way up to however much, right? Like hundreds or even thousands a day if you prefer that. Just keep in mind, the smaller your budget is, it'll just take longer to get results. So think of it like a fishing net, right? So a $5 fishing net can only catch a small amount of fish. But if you have like a super big net, you can catch a lot of fish way faster, if that makes sense. And the more data that you give Facebook, the faster it learns and the better that it gets. So just keep that in mind. Like the smaller your budget, it still works over time. It'll just take longer to get results. That said, there's also the other end of that, which is like if you say I were to put this at 1,000 a day, it wouldn't be very efficient at all, and it would burn a ton of money without getting many sales, especially not profitably, because it's still trying to learn. It still needs to figure out who to show these ads to, and it needs to just attribute properly. So anyway, all that being said, long story short, you can put this anywhere from $5 a day all the way up to 100, just whatever your comfort level is. The only thing that it will change is just the amount of time it'll take to get results. For me, I'm just going to put it at $100 a day. And going on down, everything else looks good. Now let's go to the ad set. For this, the conversion location is going to be website. So just select website from the dropdown and maximize number of conversions. And for the data set, just select your pixel that you created. Mine is a big boy pixel. And for the conversion event, you're just going to select purchase. And you'll notice how all these are grayed out here. That just means Facebook hasn't received any conversion events. Like it hasn't recorded any purchases because we just set it up. So that's why it's giving you this warning here. It's just because it hasn't seen any purchases come through. But that's standard. That's expected. Just that doesn't matter. In other words, going on down for locations, I like to do United States and the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. All right. Let's move on down here. Everything else, you just leave it as is. So as far as targeting, you don't want to do any targeting. Just leave it all broad. Facebook knows a lot more who to show this ad to than you or I ever could. So just go to next. Now, for Facebook page and Instagram profile, typically I would, create a dedicated Facebook and Instagram profile to connect to this for whatever your info product is. But just for the sake of the series, I'm just going to use my own Facebook page and the Obsidious AI Instagram. And let's scroll on down here. So here, website URL. So this is where we need to put this URL. So let's grab that. And we don't need that. Let's drop this in here. All right. Now here in Setup Creative, we're going to select Image Add. And we're just going to select all those images that we just downloaded. So drop those in there. And there we go. Give them a second. They will pop in here. All right. So now I like to do about three of the most similar ones in each one. Let's see here. Manual upload, more settings, schedule. Okay. All right, let's just do like this. So just select your image. Under creative setup, this is all okay. Promo codes, leave that off. This, it's kind of a newer thing. I have tested it a bit. The apply branding hasn't worked too well. Just from my experience so far, so I'm just going to leave that off. Let's go to next. All right, original. All right, let's see what it looks like in the 1x1. Original. Yeah, let's just leave those as original. And primary text. So now let's go over to Claude and say, all right, now I need 5 primary text, 5 headlines, and 5 descriptions for the images that is created. They should work across all the images and be interchangeable. Okay. All right, now let's grab these text here and we will drop them in. All right, so here is the first one. This is a primary text. This is going to go right here in the primary text section. And let's just hit add option. And we're going to add the rest of these in there as well. So okay, from here to here. All right, from here to here. And let's grab this one as well. All right. All right, there we go. And let's drop this one in here. Now we have to do the same thing with the headlines. So here's the first one. Grab that. Drop that in. Oh, that's all of them. Okay, here. So we have to get rid of that. Okay. All right. Add that in. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's get rid of these. All right, and we got 2 more. And let's add in our last one. All right, now let's add in our descriptions quick. Let's see, number 1. All right, add another. The second one here. Okay, let's drop that one in. Add a few more, say 27, keep the book. Okay, drop this in here. And here we go. Up. There we go. All right. Nice. All right. Now, for the call to action button, see details is fine. Learn more is also okay. We're just going to select learn more and hit next. Now, here under image generation, just select all the ones that look decent. So refined, original style. Okay, we can select this one. We can select this one. This one. A lot of these look okay. That one obviously doesn't make any sense. Okay. This one looks good. Okay, then I need to. Okay. So now we took that one creative and we have 11 more just from that single one, which is great. So now we have all these variations. So when it's all said and done, we'll have should be closer to 100 actual ads. Let's see. So we can, we can do that. Add overlays, visual touch up, music, animation, all this is okay. Text improvements, that's okay. Now translations, this is a new feature that Facebook just came out with where they will essentially translate your ads to different languages. I would definitely keep this off. The reason is because let's say somebody that speaks Spanish sees your ad, Meta's going to translate it to Spanish, but then they click the ad and they go to your landing page and it's all in English, and they're not going to be able to understand it. So it's just not a great idea unless you have an actual fully translated funnel. Okay, so this all looks good. Learn more, CTA. All right, so now what we're going to do is we can just name this UGC style. Actually, let's do parent loser, the loser parent. How about we do that? The loser parent. Nice. All right. Now let's just use quick duplicate, and we're just going to go through and swap out this image for the next one. So let's just hit edit. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Edit media. And just select the next one. Hit next. Everything should be already in there. Oh wait, hold on, what's that? Okay, this is very not correct. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. These all look okay. Okay, let's select these. These look okay. We'll do this one, this one. Okay, not that one. All right, so now we have 13 variations of this one. And enhancements, this should also be okay from the last one. And all that is off, good. Now we have to go back to the, let's say let's change this one to just UGC style. And this one, there was that main text that was messed up. Let's see, edit media, go next, 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 text, this one right here. So let's just get rid of this. There we go. And next, next, done. All right, cool. Now we're just gonna go through here and just do the same thing and just swap out the media, swap out, let's see, this one was next. Let's do that one. All this text is fine. All right, now let's give it a second, see if it can generate some more images here. Sometimes it'll, okay, so that one's good. That one's not so good. This one's good, this one's good. You just want to go through here and pick out the ones that look good and that make sense. That one's okay. This one's good, this one's good. And that one's a little strange. Okay, that one's too dark. Okay, we got 8 from this one, so now we have 9 total creatives in there. Next, and done. This one is the before and after style. And it doesn't really matter what you name it, just as long as you kind of know which one is which. All right, let's go back down and select the next one. Wait, let's see. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, that'll do. Next, next, next. All right, and I have a feeling these are probably not going to be great just because AI, sometimes it's a hard time pointing out legal moves. Okay. That one's not great. This one, do without a shirt on. Nice. That one doesn't make any sense. That one doesn't really make any sense. And yeah, that just doesn't make any sense. Okay, yeah, we only got a few variations that were okay. Yeah, see, it's messing up the text here because AI kind of has a hard time, especially with chess for some reason. You'd think it'd be incredible at chess, but it's actually supremely terrible for some reason. And let's see, edit media, select the next one. All right, so this is our UGC style here. For this, we're going to want to keep it original. All right, so this one will probably be a little better. All right, still 500, okay. All these variations are good. Let's do this one. This one's good. Yeah, these look washed out. Okay, that one's good. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. This one doesn't make any sense. Okay, I think that'll do. All right, so we're what, like halfway through here? I'm just go through and swap out the rest of these quick. Here's the next. I'm actually going to skip this one because it's not a legal move. If you know anything about chess, it's just not a legal move. So I'm not going to do that one. Crop, actually, let's go back. This, yeah, you want to leave these on original because if you like this, for example, it's going to cut off half the text. So let's, you can actually leave that on. Next, next. All right. That just doesn't make sense. This one's okay, this one's okay. This one's okay. That one's good. That one's good. Okay, cool. All right, next, done. And you notice I'm not changing the names here. I can go back later and do that. And let's see this one here. Skip through here. This is actually very similar to the last one. So with Andromeda, or the new Facebook algorithm, the way it works is it basically takes all of your ads that are similar and it groups them into one. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. And that's how it serves it. So that's why we need like a big variety. Like our ads need to be different from each other, and not just like you just change the background and this is a new ad now. Like they need to actually have some real changes made between them. Otherwise, Facebook will just see it as one ad, and you won't make as many fat stacks with that. So let's finish out here. Okay, this one here. I think we got a couple more. All right, pinning the piece. Okay. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. That one's good. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. That'll do. Next and done. All right, so I think we have one more. Yep, all right, this is the last one. So after we get through here, actually, let's go back. I'm gonna publish this campaign, and next week I will be back with an update on how it went. I don't expect it to be profitable, but I would expect to make some sales at least. Typically, to go from just making sales to actually being profitable are two completely different things. And we'll get into all of that next week. But essentially, what we're looking for is to try a bunch of different styles of ads here to see what style works best, what messaging works best, and from there we can build more of the same. So this first phase is really just us testing the ads, testing the sales page, and whatnot. So let's just go ahead and publish these. Okay. I haven't hooked up a credit card to this yet, so let me do that real quick, and I'll be right back. All right. So I've hooked up the bank account to that, and I am publishing the ads right now. So that is essentially it. Now, a couple things that we're going to want to change here. Let's go to customize columns, and we can uncheck. Actually, we're going to want that, and cost per result and results. And we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't, we kind of want that one. Schedule, we don't need schedule. We don't need this. We don't need a lot of this stuff. So quality ranking, engagement, conversion rate, ad set name. Okay, we can leave that. Cost per result and results. Okay, and then let's add CPM. Let's add CTR, and let's add CPC. All right, cost per, see all. Okay. All right, and that is essentially it. And now we wait. So these sometimes on a new ad account, sometimes it takes a little longer than other times to actually get them through the processing and approval stage, and then they will go live. And from there, we will see how they do. So we're gonna want to let this run for at least 3 to 5 days. I would say the longer the better, like upwards of 5 days. And I fully expect to lose money for the first week or so. But that's just because we need that. The algorithm needs to figure out who to show these ads to, what sort of ads work best. Once we figure out what sort of ads work best, we can make more like them. We can start making videos. We'll start split testing the landing page as well, and we'll just kind of go from there. But the next thing to do is just to let these sit here and cook. So here are our ads. So as you can see, this is from the 25th to the 27th. The ads went live on Monday, which was the 25th. And this is where we are. So there's 300 in spend. You can see our top spender was this one right here, which is the avatar targeting the parents. And from that one made 10 sales. The second one made 4 sales, and this one made 3. Now, this is slightly over-reporting. There is an over-reporting issue with Meta for some reason. I'll have to see exactly what's happening there. So the ROAS is not 3.41, it's slightly lower. Regardless, it's super profitable right out the gate. This is always a great sign when something is profitable out the gate like this. But let's head over here to GoHighLevel. And this is the funnel. Again, if you haven't seen the other videos, I go through building out this entire sequence here with the sales page, the product, checkout, upsell, downsell, etc. So let's head over here to stats. And let's go from, when was it, Monday? I think we're 25th to 27th. All right, so we had 284 unique visitors, which means 284 people. And 44 of those made it to the checkout, which converted at an 18% rate, which is phenomenal. And it brought in a total amount of $216. Now, this is how much we made in the low ticket purchase, or the low ticket sales, right? You can see the average cart value is $27. Now, the upsell brought in more, which is to be expected, brought in more than the actual low ticket product. We only made 2 sales, but since we're charging $147 for the upsell, it actually brought in more revenue than the upfront product. Then we have the downsell. So basically, if someone declines this upsell, they get sent to a downsell. The same thing, but for $67. I'm not going to say it. We made 1 sale, $67. And so that gives us a total of 577, I think that is. So now let's talk about how to take it from where it is to actual life-changing money, because right now it's putting off $50 to $100 a day in profit, and that's right out the gate. So this is the $27 product. This is what I just showed you. And here are the numbers. So as you can see, we did 577 in revenue, 300 in ad spend. Since it's a digital product, there's no fulfillment costs, there's no cost of goods. It is just the ad spend, which left us with a profit of $277. That is 8 customers at a $72 average order value. All right, so we're right here. We just have the funnel, which is a low ticket product with an upsell and a downsell. And someone buys it once, they go through the funnel one time, and then it's over, and you have to go find a brand new customer all over again. This is what we want to turn it into. So an actual business takes the customer and the same person, and they buy from you again and again and again for months and sometimes even years. That's where their real money is. So it's the same traffic, the same product. We just stop the process of selling one thing and then it's over. All right. So here's a few things that I would do in the order of like highest leverage to, the hardest to implement. So the first thing is add one more upsell. So an upsell, well, I'll tell you the kind of the math on the upsell in a second, but I would add one more upsell immediately. Like that's just free money. Make more ads from your winner. Split test the sales page built for that buyer. I'll show you what that would look like in a second. Scale the ad budget and run your first launch, aka the cash injection, and turn on recurring revenue. Now, one more upsell. So a general rule of thumb is your first upsell, whichever is the first upsell page that gets hit, that one is always the best performer. The second upsell, so if someone accepts the first one, you want to typically you want to run them into a second upsell. And that one, just a general rule of thumb, is it generates about half the revenue of the first one. So if this first upsell right here created, let's call it $300, if we had a second upsell, we would have made an extra roughly $150 from this funnel without spending any more on ads or anything like that. So that's just free money. And I know $150 doesn't sound like much, but at scale, that is massive. Make more ads for your winner. So this is what we were talking about a second ago. You're going to want to add in, so hone in on that particular avatar, make a lot more ads. Don't keep testing avatars at this point because you have the market is so large for just any avatar. It's like way more than you would think for even something like chess, right? Like parents that play chess with their kids and lose, like that's a pretty niche topic, but it makes it when you're very specific like that in your creatives, that makes it that gives Facebook a very specific person to target, and it knows exactly who to show that ad to, and that's how you convert so well. And even though it sounds niche, I promise you there are millions of parents in that particular category. The market is much larger for any niche than most people actually realize. Now, build a page for that exact buyer. So, and again, the reason I know that the best avatar, the best person to target for this particular funnel is parents who play chess with their kids and lose is because that's the ad that it's converted over twice as good, twice as much as any other ad at a 11x ROAS, which is just insane. So this is our model creative. Create a lot more that target that particular avatar. But anyway, we're basing all of this off of this particular creative, which is giving us a ton of super valuable data. So now our sales page, it currently looks like this: how to go from 500 to 1,000 elo in 90 days. So it's for anyone, right? Like anyone can go from 500 to 1,000 in 90 days. But our creative, our ads, the best one is again targeting those parents. So what we'd want to do is change this from 500 to 1,000 elo in 90 days to something specific to that avatar. So like beat your kid at chess 500 elo edition. In other words, you want to tailor it specifically to that avatar. And the reason for that is because when your particular avatar sees that ad, the reason they click on it is because it describes their situation so perfectly. So if they hit that and they go to a generic landing page that's kind of for everyone, you can still oftentimes convert them, which we just proved with this particular funnel. It's more general, but once you have identified that avatar, then you want to dial in your sales page to speak exactly to that avatar, make the entire sales page about that avatar, and your conversion rate will explode. And the way you scale this is then you find a second avatar, you build another set of creatives for a second avatar and another sales page. And so you have all these funnels, all these like sales pages that speak to their own avatar. And that is how you can pull off massive scale with a digital product funnel. Next, once you have done all those things, you're just going to want to increase the ad budget. And if you're converting, even at the rate it's converting now, without being like dialed in and super tested, it's converting super well. So I would increase the budget until I'll roughly break even, because the more traffic you have coming in, the more that you're spending, the faster you can get that data back to give you the data to make the next decisions as far as, this creative works, this creative doesn't, this avatar is working, this one's not. And once you have that entire funnel and the creatives dialed in, then you can just start ramping up the ad spend, and you can go from we're at like $100 a day now to that, $500, $800, $1,000 a day pretty quickly. Now, once you have a few hundred buyers, you're going to want to run a launch. So this could be a few different things. This is what I call a cash injection. You've probably heard of it before, but your high ticket offer has to be worth every penny. So the low ticket product up front, we charge $27 for it, but it has to be worth much more than $27. Same thing with this offer. And if you really deliver on this, they will continue to buy from you. Like I know people that have stayed in coaching programs and just kept paying for it, even though they technically don't need it, just because it helps. There's always more to learn. And so a good coaching customer can pay you, theoretically every 90 days, that amount. I'm not saying that's realistic. I'm just saying. Now, here's kind of how you're going to want to run it. So you're going to want to cap it at 10 people, and you're going to want to tell everyone that it's capped. Now, you're going to spend at least 45 days hyping up the launch of this offer by email and text to the people who have already bought from you. So everybody that buys your product inside of GoHighLevel, they get sent over to the contacts list. There you can go and see the list of all your customers. So you're going to start sending emails out, hyping up this offer, telling them, hey, this is what the offer is going to entail. It's going to be capped at 10 people. It's only going to be available for 5 days, and there's only 10 spots. Open the doors for 5 days or 10 spots, whichever feels first. So what that does is it creates urgency and exclusivity, and you squeeze it into a tiny window of 3 to 5 days. And since they already purchased your other products, they already trust you because you over delivered, hopefully, on your $27 product. So they are far more likely to buy your $3,000 product. So it is think about how difficult it is to just sell a random person a $3,000 product. But if you have sold them say a $100 product or a $27 product, and they got a ton of value from it, now they trust you. They want more from you. They want to learn more from you. And they are far more likely to spend this kind of money on a high ticket product. You take that, you add all this urgency, the exclusivity of 10 people, and you compress that window of time down so where it's limited to only a few days, a quarter. Now you actually have to stick to this. This can't be like fake urgency or anything like that. You have to actually shut the doors. Even if you just get one sale, after 5 days, it's over. You have to shut it down and wait another 3 months is what I found works the best. So like one launch a quarter. Here is why this works so well. So kind of my personal benchmark, the last launch I did, I made about $100 for every person who visited the page on which you can purchase the high ticket offer. The reason for that, again, is because everyone that gets shown this offer has already purchased from me. They already trust me. They know my work. They know I'm good at what I do, right? And that's why they're so much more likely to pay me. And you compress that window of time down. You add in the urgency and everything else. Here's some example numbers. Again, yours will vary. The point is every quarter your list is bigger. So every injection or cash injection is bigger than the last. So this one is like 30, 50, 80, 120. And that's how you actually blow up your business. And this is why I tell you that the funnel itself is not where you make the money. Like if you make some money on it, good, but it's even better if you just run it at break even and spend as much as you can on ads to acquire more and more customers, because that buyer list is what actually matters. And that's where you actually make serious money. Now, reoccurring revenue. For this particular chess funnel, the thing that I would probably do is open a community. So everyone posts their wins, they post their games, brilliant moves, ELO benchmarks, all these different things, and hang out, talk to each other, just a community, right? And you can charge $20 a month for this. Now, $20 doesn't sound like much, but it never stops. It grows and it just keeps compounding on itself. It's slow at first and then it starts to stack. So over time, you start stacking and stacking and stacking. And that's how you build that back end reoccurring revenue that actually gives your business serious enterprise value. And by enterprise value, I mean, if you try to sell your business, what someone's willing to pay you for your business. At first, it'll be very slow, but over months and years, that 20 a month will grow into, 10 customers, 100 customers, 1,000 customers, and so on and so forth. Now, you stack all that together. So your front end product, that's what we've spent the last 4 episodes building out. That's the $27. This gets the customers. It's like the front end, top of funnel. The upsells lift the AOV to $72 plus. Again, these are just the metrics from this specific funnel. And we just have one upsell. I would add in one more upsell after that. And your high ticket launches, cash injections every quarter, recurring community, $20 a month forever. You started with a $27 ebook. Now every customer is literally worth hundreds of dollars and your list pays you every single quarter. So that is essentially the recap. And that's how to take your digital product funnel where you sell something like a $27 ebook to get somebody to pay you literally thousands of dollars over and over and over and over again. And this works. I've done it before. There's proof inside the Skool group, which, by the way, if you're not a part of this, I would highly recommend joining it. It's free. There's tons of value, tons of content. We do weekly coaching calls in here for free. And tons of good stuff. Value, call recordings, questions. Yeah, any questions you have, drop them in here. We'll get them answered for you. And the free funnel giveaway. Now, the free funnel giveaway. So this chest funnel that I spent the past 4 episodes building out, at the end of this month, sorry, not technically, this is the end of the month, the end of next month, which would be June. Yeah, June. At the end of June, I will be giving away this funnel right here, which you can see is actually profitable, like we showed you here. Let me back up here. Where was it? Okay, so far this is the numbers on this funnel, and I'm going to be giving it away. The reason I'm doing this is for a couple reasons. I'm not just trying to give away free money. I don't really, between Obsidius and some other funnels that I'm running, I don't really have time to build out a sales funnel, or sorry, not build out a sales funnel, continue running this particular one. Even though it's profitable, it's just opportunity cost. And to be honest, I started out, doing this series honestly just for content, and I was just going to put this funnel on the shelf. But since it's actually working, I'm like, hey, this is actually super valuable. And in order to win it, you will need a few things. So one, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. That will be necessary for whoever I decided to, give it away to. I don't know, or we're going to do a drawing or whatnot. But you do have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. You also have to be a part of the Skool group. Again, it's free, but sign up for the Skool group. And you also will need a GoHighLevel account. But yeah, join the Skool group. It's free. There's a link down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And at the end of the month, I will hand this funnel over to one person that has done all those things. I think that's it for this one. Let me know. This is technically the end of the Build For Me series, unless I decide to keep going. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know, because I enjoy doing it. It was lots of fun. This is what I enjoy to do. So yeah, let me know down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.